For the second week in a row, Durfee High School is the site of Big 3 basketball as the New Bedford Whalers visit Fall River. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Thank you for tuning in on Fred TV. Well, if you ask anyone at Durfee, they'll tell you that boys basketball and Friday nights go hand in hand, just like peanut butter and jelly. But long gone are the glory days of Skip Karam, Jeff Caron, Victor Pereira, the Heron brothers, Ken Fiola. The list goes on and on. Now a whole new generation gets to bask in the glory of Big 3 hoops. Last week, the Durfee boys dropped their first conference game in Brockton. Tonight, they look to bounce back against their arch rivals, the Whalers. The Luke Urban Fieldhouse has been the site of so many great moments, and tonight, the tradition continues. It's Durfee versus New Bedford, and it's next on Fred TV. All right, New Bedford's starters being announced right now by Durfee Athletic Director Victor Pereira. We'll run them down for you. Number 3, DJ Burgo. Number 5, Steven Torres. Number 10, Trevor Green. Number 23, Desmond Jenigan. And number 30, Matthew Lopes. The Bedford Whalers are coached by Bonzi Coulson, with assistant coaches Vinny Goodwin, Brian Rudolph, and John Mosher, all on the side court there. Now for the Hilltoppers. Captain number 5, Nick Salmon. Number 15, Deshaun Barros. Number 21, Gabe DeOliveira. Number 22, Captain Chris Farrington. And number 30, Captain Jamel Rivera. Head coach for the Durfee Hilltoppers is Jamison Guimond, assisted by Bobby Bailey, John Moniz, and Marcus Alexander. Both teams come in 0-1 in Big 3 play, which means Brockton's out to the 2-0 lead in this 4-game conference, I guess you could say series. Each team plays 4 games, so Brockton out to the 2-0 start. Durfee 0-1, New Bedford 0-1 in league play. Overall, New Bedford 6-4, and Durfee 5-4. At this time, we'll pause for the playing of the national anthem. We are just about ready to shoot some hoops here at the Fieldhouse. As mentioned in the open, this building, the site of so many great moments. This is such a tradition here at the Fieldhouse. Friday night basketball, Durfee, New Bedford. You know, these are the games that every year on the calendar everybody looks for. Say, when are they? I want to be there. And we got a good crowd on hand. This one's starting just about on time. Durfee will be sporting red alternate jerseys here. Normally they're in white. This evening they play in red jerseys and red shorts. New Bedford in the white jerseys, white shorts with red lettering. Nick Salmon and Desmond Jernigan in the circle, ready for the opening tip. Our officials tonight, John Nunes and Dan Patnaud. Nick Salmon able to get the opening tip, and the Hilltoppers will begin with possession of the ball. There is Salmon right there. They go to the corner now, back to Salmon. Can't drive the lane, pulls up. They go to Farrington for an opening three, and he sinks it from outside. Good start for Durfee. Now a little jumper by Jernigan. That's good for two on the other side. Durfee going back on the attack here. Salmon with the ball. Gives it to Farrington. Farrington thought of pulling up instead. He gets towards the paint, little floater, and it's into the hands of Jernigan on the rebound. Carried up the court by Burgo. Number 3, DJ Burgo. All the way to the corner to Trevor Green. Little underhand pass, and it's lost. No, kept by Jernigan. Now out of play it goes, and it will be New Bedford ball. Whalers will inbound. And a little bank shot there. That was Jernigan again, and quickly New Bedford out to the 4-3 lead. Rivera to Salmon. Salmon back to Rivera. Now to Farrington. To the basket. Off the backboard and in. Burgo storming up the court. Slows up. Swatted away by Deshaun Barrows. Rivera gets tipped. Not enough on it. That's going to go out of play. Salmon keeps it in. Across to Farrington. This is for three. Already hit one, and that one in and out of the hoop. Rivera can't put it back. Barrows couldn't put it back, and Jernigan comes away with it. Burgo with a nifty move, giving it to Green. Green is fouled. First foul of the night goes to Deshaun Barrows of the Hilltoppers. And it puts Trevor Green at the line, shooting two. And that's no good. So Green misses the first. And he does hit the second, so just like that. Tied up at 5. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the early goings. Durfee passing from side to side. Now they get it to Farrington all the way back across to Rivera. Quick pass to Salmon. That's going to be off the mark. Rebound went to Matthew Lopes. Burgo gets it to Green. Green underneath to Jernigan. Puts it up, bounces it in off the rim. He's got 6 points. Nice pass, but it is stolen away by Burgo. Had the right idea. Salmon was breaking in the paint, but Burgo takes it. Jernigan has to let it roll off his fingers. And he is unstoppable right now. 8 points for Jernigan. Barrows blocked at the net. Jernigan with the block. Barrows to the floor. Hilltoppers will inbound. It was all ball, so no foul there. Rivera will inbound for the Hilltoppers. Salmon trying to get open. Got to hurry. They bounce it into Barros. Now give it back to Rivera, who finds Farrington behind the arc, in the middle of the court. Rivera wants a long three, and it's off the rim. Salmon swats it away into the hands of D'Oliveira. Goes back to Rivera. Hilltoppers with a fresh shot clock. Salmon, little floater to Farrington. Farrington pulls up. That's going to be off the mark. The rebound to Barros. He gets it back, and he'll put it back. Hilltoppers had to work for those 2 points right there. 3-point shot is no good. Lopes with the rebound, can't put it back. Jernigan back in there. That was put up by Trevor Green. It was no good on the three-pointer. Rivera pulls up and is fouled, and now goes to the floor. Matthew Lopes called for the Whalers' first foul of the night. 2 points here, 2 shots, I should say, for Rivera, with an opportunity to tie up the game in the early goings. That one rolls in. 3 substitutions coming in for the Whalers, number 22, number 25, and number 11. So Eli Condi, Tyron Ashley, and Lamar Antone all coming in. Matthew Lopes takes a seat, as does, is that one no good? Look at the height. Using the height, getting fouled is Barros. So he'll go to the line. Also taking a seat was Trevor Green for the Whalers. As did Steven Torres, number 5. That foul was on Tyron Ashley just into the game, so the second on the Whalers. First free throw was good from Barros. He nails the second as well. Durfee back out in front, 10-9. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. And the Durfee sixth man calling out the defense chant. Three-pointer is drilled by Lamar Antone. Whalers back out in front by a pair. That's what we figure to be all night. These teams kind of middle of the pack. Joe Camara into the game for Durfee, number 14. Out of play, and it'll be white ball. Hilltoppers give it up. Joe Camara replaced D'Oliveira. Jernigan, it is tipped. Whalers hands it off. They get it back out to Burgo. Whistle is blown. A travel called on Eli Condi. Hilltoppers get the benefit of a turnover. Camara will inbound. Sporting the number 14, just like his sister Brianna wore for 4 years. Brianna, of course, a 1,000-point scorer here for the girls, graduating last year, and little brother sporting the same number as big sister, as Rivera knocks one down from outside. 13-12 Durfee with 2.5 to play in the first. Jernigan was going to the basket. He gets fouled. Nick Salmon's first, Durfee's second. Waiting to come in is Elijah Diaz. Jernigan gets a favorable bounce there as he hits the first. Tie up the game at 13 all. This would be for the lead, and it is good. So by my count, Jernigan with 10 first quarter points. Couple jumpers and layups, and then 2 for 2 at the line. Hilltoppers with a very aggressive passing game early, and Rivera knocks down his second from outside. Rivera, Farrington, and Salmon living up to the hype. Salmon quiet early on, but he did take a 3-point attempt. Coach Jamison Guimond saying that all three are really big shooters, meaning they can hit the outside shot. They're living up to the coach's talk right now. Be white ball after the jump ball was called there. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Whalers inbound to Condi. Condi gives it away to Diaz, who misses. We're covered by Camara on the rebound there, so Rivera gets it back. Rivera wants another three. It's a bank shot for three. Three straight from outside for Jamel Rivera. The Hilltoppers open up a 5-point lead with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Now for three on the other side. That was Antone, who overthrew it that time. Salmon gets the pass from Barros. He'll give it to Rivera, who's hot right now. 10 points for Rivera, 9 from outside. Going for a fourth, and that one rolls off the rim. No good. Jernigan with the rebound for the Whalers. Tipped out of bounds by Camara. It stops the clock at 1:02. Whalers will inbound from the spot it went out, and that'll be Tyrin Ashley. Sends it back to Condi, who will give it to Diaz. Jernigan rolls it in off the backboard. What a first quarter he's having. Whalers now trail by 3. Farrington has hit one from outside. He missed his second attempt, and a travel called on Farrington. Oh, the Whalers will get the ball back now. Chance to tie it up with the long ball. A little underhand scoop, but it's recovered by Salmon. It doesn't fall. Shot clock is off with 20 seconds. Salmon to the basket. Can't bounce it back. Trying to put it back was Barros. He cannot. Condi comes away with it. He'll slow it down. Now he gives it to number 15 there, Diaz. Condi with 5 seconds. Diaz wants 3. He's still behind. Backcourt. Hilltoppers with a great job defending to end the quarter, and what a fast quarter that was. One of the quickest 8 minutes we've seen so far in the early goings this season. 19-16, the Hilltoppers lead it at the end of 1. And really your first quarter players of the quarter, I guess you could say. Jamel Rivera and Desmond Jernigan for the Hilltoppers and the Whalers. 30 seconds, we'll start the second quarter, so stay with us. With the sound of the buzzer means we're coming back to the action here. Be Durfee ball to start the second quarter. Rivera with it. He had 10 first quarter points as we begin the second quarter. Salmon going to the basket, and he rolls it in for 2. It says Big 3 basketball on Fred TV Channel 9. Hilltoppers hosting the Whalers from New Bedford at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud with you tonight. The friendly confines of Durfee High School. Powering his way through traffic was Antone. Comes up empty. Hilltoppers do have a 5-point lead, 21-16. Salmon with a spin move, and he's fouled. Fouls on Jernigan. It's his first, New Bedford's third. And Salmon will get to head to the free throw line. This is his first trip. He misses the first shot. Back into the game, Trevor Green, number 10, taking a seat is Antone, number 25. Salmon hits the second one, and Hilltoppers have their largest lead of the night. 6-point lead, 22-16. We'll see if the fouls become an issue for the Whalers. Coach Colson saying that they have to stay out of foul trouble. It's been a problem this year. Well, only 2 in the opening quarter. Blocked by Farrington. He has control, goes to the basket, banks it home with the layup. He's got 7. Hilltoppers lead by 8. And that was another thing right there on defense. The Whalers coaches said they got to work on limiting penetration in the lane. That's back-to-back plays we've seen the Hilltoppers penetrate the lane. Farrington on the rebound. They give it to Rivera. Pass to Salmon, all alone. Can't put it back, but he's fouled at the net. Farrington going for the flashy play. Instead, he gets fouled. He'll go back to the line. Second straight foul on Jernigan, and that gets some of the Whalers fans in a tizzy. Off to our right. Timeout called. When we get back from this timeout, Farrington will be at the line shooting 2. Now on the other side, we saw the Hilltoppers with a great end to that first quarter defensively, and that's something that Coach Jamison Guimond has mentioned has been very good for them all year long. Now, he said they lost 9 seniors last year. Yes, 9 seniors. That's a lot of players to lose, which means there's a little bit of a rebuilding process in terms of building chemistry and everybody working together. But the good news is that some of these younger players on varsity were here last year. So chemistry, he says, the coach says, is actually pretty close to where it was last year with the team that was here for the 2015 season. Similar record for the Hilltoppers at this point as they had last year. So it's just a matter of, according to Coach, figuring out the roles, making sure everybody's playing disciplined basketball and everybody stepping up when they need to, playing their game and doing their job, to quote, some of the, as the Patriots would say, right? Do your job. Well, that's kind of what the Hilltoppers are going on here as well. As Farrington knocks down his first free throw. If everybody does their job, Coach Guimond says he'll be a happy camper and the team's going to be successful. Salmon 1 for 2 on that trip. He's 50% tonight, 2 for 4 at the line. A little jumper from Ashley, no good. Rivera with the feed to Joe Camara underneath for 2. 11-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Whalers have not scored since the final minute of that first quarter. Rivera with the putback now. Things getting sloppy. 29-16. A long 3 put up. No good by Condi. Hilltoppers get it back again. Rivera tripped up and a late whistle. Whistle should have came right away. And that foul on Burgo is his first, 5th for the Whalers. Farrington will inbound. Fresh 30. Whalers fans not happy with the officials in the early goings here. Pull-up jumper for Salmon. The rebound goes to Trevor Green. No good. Wide open 3 attempt for Torres is no good. A foul and 1 for the Whalers. That looked to be Diaz. It was. So Diaz with his first basket. And he'll get to shoot 1. The foul goes on Rivera, his first, Durfee's 3rd. Shot is good. Barrows will come out of the game for the time being. Replacing him is number 20, Malik Good, or Malik Good. Pardon me, Malik Good. So the lead cut to 10. It was 13 before that three-point play. Rivera wants to drive the lane. Oh, he's stripped. Nice job by Ashley. He'll take it back the other way. Almost loses it, so gives way to Diaz. Diaz in the paint, driving the lane, no good. Salmon keeps it in, gets the rebound. Hilltoppers storm back the other way. What a move by Salmon. Uncontested. 6 points tonight, all of them here in this second quarter. Trevor Green pulls up for three. That's going to be wide to the right. Taken back by the Whalers. Ashley with a nice job to keep it in. Farrington called on a foul. This is his first, Durfee's fourth. Actually, that foul was on Good. It was not on Farrington. And there's Good trying to steal it away. That foul on number 5, Steven Torres. His first, Whalers' sixth foul. Joe Camara inbounds the ball. Rivera gives it to Salmon. Nice spin move again. Salmon really doing a nice job getting to the basket. He's having a great game. Getting it done in this second quarter. Diaz almost lost it. He gives it to Burgo. Burgo loses it. Kamara's feet is tipped. Salmon takes care of it. Stays inbound. They give it a Good. Good drives the lane. He was held. No fouls. Whalers get it back. Diaz almost lost that one. Keeps it. They give it to Torres. Torres to Ashley in the paint. Rolls it off the side. Lopes puts it back. Foul is called. Oh, pardon me. That was Tashawn Montero, not Lopes. Montero got fouled on his way up. Joe Camara called on his first foul. This is Durfee's fifth. And Montero will shoot two. Off the front of the rim, no good. Joe Camara takes a seat, gives way to Barrows back into the game, one of our 5 starters for the Hilltoppers. Montero 0 for 2 at the line. Salmon gets the rebound there. Quick feed to Farrington. Pull-up jumper in traffic, and one for the foul. This 7th foul for the Whalers will put the Hilltoppers into bonus here with 3:23 to play in the quarter. Second foul on Ashley. Farrington with an opportunity for a 3-point play. Hilltoppers lead by 16, the largest lead of the night. Make it 17. Condi back into the game. Antone back into the game. Taking a seat is Green and Montero for the Whalers. Diaz gives it to Burgo. Burgo going to try to drive in towards the basket. Salmon with the rebound again. Hilltoppers doing a really nice job boxing out and getting rebounds tonight. Salmon gets the feed, going baseline, and going down hard. Ashley and Good getting tangled up. Foul was called on Salmon, his second, Durfee's 6th. So that turns things over. 36-19, the Whalers trail Durfee. 2:40 to play here in the first half. Burgo for a long three. The rebound to Condi. They get it back out to Diaz and back to Burgo. Now Condi in the corner, double teamed. Antone gets it back. He wants three. That's no good. Rebound is tipped by Burgo right into the hands of Barrows. So Durfee with it now. Salmon getting the feed from Rivera. Farrington all alone in the corner for three. Farrington with 13 so far. It's a 20-point lead for the hometown team. What a first half for the Hilltoppers, I'll tell you. No basket. It was off the top of the backboard. That's out of bounds. Initially called that the basket would be good, but no basket. And that third foul for a Salmon will chase him from the game for the time being. We'll see. Joe Camara waiting to check in would assume that it'll send Salmon to the bench. And it will. So Antone getting his first free throw. Makes it 2 for 2 on his first trip to the line. Makes it a 39-21 game. Durfee now with 7 fouls. That puts New Bedford into bonus as well. So both teams with 7 fouls. Rivera going for a long three, just pulls up and goes with it. Good, trying to get the rebound. Goes out of bounds off of him. New Bedford with the ball. Just over 90 seconds before they hit the locker rooms for halftime. Diaz with the ball. Quickly to Antone, to Condi. Condi's pass to Diaz almost tipped away. Burgo with a pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound back into Montero's hands for 2. Cuts it to 16, the lead. Rivera's shot is blocked by Montero. Thrown back in. Nice attempt there by Barrows. And another foul for Durfee. Going to put Antone back at the line. Joe Camara's second foul. Durfee's 8th. This will be 2 shots as Antone was in the process of making a basket. So no 1-and-1 situation here. This is a 2-shot trip to the line. First one, no good. Gabe DeOliveira back into the game for Malik Good. That one no good either. DeOliveira tips it to Joe Camara's hands. And we're under a minute. Farrington has it. Can't bank it home, rolls off the front of the rim. Burgo, full sprint ahead. Boy, he's fast. Goes out of play. New Bedford ball. Coach Guimont can't believe it. Everybody in the crowd saying it was kicked off of Burgo. Coach Guimont pleading his case. Crowd getting a little rowdy now at the bad call from the officials. We trust the officials, but when you got both sides yelling that they saw a kick, my guess is probably happened. But there's your poetic justice. Hilltoppers get it on the inbound pass. Rivera to the corner to DeOliveira. That's good! 4-2. He was on the line. Shot clock is off. Diaz with it. Gives it to Condi. Condi. No shot. Travel called. 17.7 seconds now on the clock. Hilltoppers will look to take the final shot. They lead by 19, 42-23 the score. Rivera with it at the moment. We'll see if he passes it. No, he's going to take it. Ball is stripped. He takes it. He does get it back. Swatted back to Antone. 2 seconds. Condi lets it fly. Oh, baby, from half court. Oh, how about that? Condi with the buzzer beater makes it a 14-point game. How about that? 42-26, the halftime score. Take a look at the numbers. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a bit. Halftime is over. Durfee's sixth man is standing there. See the Whalers just inbounded the ball to begin this second half, running down the scoring in that first half. Desmond Jernigan for the Whalers had 12, but they all came in the first quarter. Hilltoppers did a great job at shutting him down in the second quarter. He had 0 points. For Durfee, 13 for Farrington, 12 for Rivera, 8 for Salmon. So they're spreading the wealth nicely. 41-26 the score starting this second half. And Farrington adds to the Hilltoppers' lead to make it 43-26. Really quite the first half for Durfee. Very, very impressive. This is really our first look at the Hilltopper boys this season, and coming in at 5-4. They did have a 2-game losing streak that was just recently snapped, but this is a very impressive performance so far tonight. Farrington with the rebound, a quick pass to Rivera in stride. He pulls up for three, had 3 in the first half. There's another right there, his 4th from downtown. And the lead back up to 20 once again. That's the most it's been tonight. Stolen by Rivera to the basket. 48-22. And timeout called by the Whalers. Not surprised right there. How about Rivera tonight? 17 points. He is so far your game's leading scorer. Just got the nod from Durfee AD Victor Pereira. He gave me the look, like the wow look, like, can you believe this tonight? This is something special we're seeing tonight. Normally these games are very, very close and, pretty much nail-biters right down to the final seconds, but not tonight. I'm telling you, this is unexpected. A 22-point lead for the Hilltoppers. Granted, there is a lot of time left to be played. But if the Hilltoppers play anywhere near to the level that they've been playing at throughout the rest of this game, it's going to be a good night all around. We'll see what happens. Whalers with it. They'll inbound after the timeout. Of course, we switch sides at the half, so New Bedford now shooting off to the right. Travel called. Hilltoppers get it back. Durfee now shooting, though, to the left. So we switch sides and reverse play here in the second half. Rivera for 3. Again, that one is going to be no good. It's a little short off the rim, but to his defense, he pulled up from NBA range. He really likes the very outside shot, I guess you could say. He doesn't go right to the line. Nice put back by Jernigan. He gets on the score sheet after a scoreless second quarter. He's back on there. Now 14 points on the night. Rivera, though, pulling up. He pulls up from almost NBA range every time. He really gets a lot on the ball. Farrington fighting in traffic. Timeout called by Coach Guimond. 13 seconds on the shot clock after we break the timeout. I think one more step, and Farrington was going to probably be called for a foul, so or a travel. A travel, rather. So good call by Coach Guimond to use a timeout. Hilltoppers make the most out of that timeout, using every second. Gives the guys a little breather. Camara will inbound. Pass it back to Rivera. Rivera gets it back. It's stolen away by Diaz. Spin move to the basket. Fouled by, it appears, Joe Camara. He was the only one in the vicinity. It was Camara. This is his third foul. We expect that. He may be coming out. We'll see what Coach Guimond decides to do. Nonetheless, Diaz heading to the line, shooting 2. His first trip to the free throw line after getting fouled. He makes the first. That was Durfee's first foul here in the second half. All right. So 2 for 2 at the line is Diaz. Camara does stay in for the time being with the 3 fouls. Salmon began this quarter, though, on the bench. He had 3 at the end of the first half. And fouled is Barros, so he's going to go to the line now. This will be the first team foul for the Whalers. It's on Montero. This will be his first. And for Barros, his second trip to the line. He was a perfect 2 for 2 back in the first quarter. Knocks down the first. The second, no good. Montero with the rebound. Salmon getting ready to check in. Oh, my bad. He just going for a drink of water. Thought he would be subbing back in. Rivera with a quick pass, and it's stolen by Jernigan. He's fouled. Camara goes down hard, and that's probably going to be Camara's 4th foul. Yes, it is. Tough foul there because Jernigan was pretty much uncontested going to the basket. Tough one to take. Salmon replaces Camara. Jernigan hits his first. And the second is no good. Tipped by Farrington using the fingertips going up the ladder. Nice job. Across to Rivera. Whalers' defense up front has been very good here in this third quarter. Tipped again by Jernigan, rather. I just made up a name. Desmond Jernigan tips it out. It'll be Durfee ball after it goes out of play. De Oliveira will inbound the ball. .18 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open is Rivera. Can't take the 3. Salmon wide open. They give it to Farrington. Almost stolen by Condi. Farrington going to the basket, no good. Tipped by Barros. Nice job to get it back. Farrington gets the feed underneath. Fouled. He'll go to the line. That's the 3rd foul tonight for Jernigan. Second for the Whalers here in the second half. Farrington has gone to the line once. It was for an and 1. This is his first trip for 2. He hits the first. 16 points with that last one. Misses his second. So it's 50-31 with 4:30 to play in this third quarter. A 3-pointer put up, no good. That was Antone in the corner. Salmon on the rebound. Nice feed to Barros, but Barros throws it away. Now Rivera gets the pass from Montero that was thrown away. Montero falls on it. They lose it. Condi underneath. No good. Barrows back with it. Back and forth we go, but nothing to show for it. A little sloppy. D'Oliveira gets a pass to the corner. I'll tell you, this Whalers defense really much improved. Oh, a travel called on Salmon. He's not buying it. Nonetheless, Whalers ball. But seriously, the New Bedford defense seems much quicker, much more in your face here in this third quarter. Something that obviously Coach Colson drove home to the guys during halftime. Travel called. It'll be Hilltoppers ball. Coming in is Ricardo Echevarria for the first time tonight. He'll replace D'Oliveira. Rivera and Farrington inbound the ball. Trade passes back and forth. Barrows has it. Farrington calling. Barrows back to Salmon. Spins into the paint. They give it to Farrington. Almost lost it. And another turnover. I believe they called a double dribble there. Couple substitutions for the Whalers. Back in the game is Torres. Condi to Montero, can't bank it home. Jernigan with the rebound. They give it to number 15 there, Diaz. Jernigan with the rebound again with a crazy acrobatic play there to keep it in. Whalers keep it again. Hilltoppers can't get this ball back. Condi dribbling around, gives it to Diaz. It goes back to Condi. Now to the corner to Torres. He just brought him in. Jernigan with the rebound. Tries to put it back. Everyone fighting for it. Finally, the Hilltoppers able to turn the page, get the ball back. That was a crazy sequence right there, where Rivera comes out with it. Thrown away by Rivera. Looked like it was for Echevarria, but he wasn't really anywhere close. The ball was thrown way too high and too far. So Whalers get it back. Torres with it to Montero. Condi gets it back to him. Now Torres. Look at the passing for the Whalers. That's really sped up a bit as well. Tipped, taken by Echevarria. Gets it to Salmon. Salmon loses it. Oh my gosh, wow. It looked like it went off of one of the Whalers. Of course, this is happening right in front of us, but the officials seeing it differently. Our officials tonight, John Nunes and Dan Patnod. Montero banks that one in. It's a 17-point game as we come up close to the 90-second marker in the third quarter. This has really been a fast game, let me tell you. Very entertaining game. Not too many dead spots, not too many stoppages of play. Barrows with the feed to Salmon. Salmon with the putback. He now has 10 points on the night. Condi pulls up for three. It's going to be off the back of the rim. Farrington gets the tip going down the court. He'll pull up in the paint from free throw distance. From the free throw line, I should say. Condi gets it back quickly. And Farrington fouls Jernigan. This should be Farrington's second foul. It says one up on the scoreboard, but it should be his second. So Jernigan hits them both. Under a minute. Farrington up the ladder, puts it back. Oh, that was Salmon, I'm sorry. He got the feed from Farrington. Boy, going up the ladder big time on that one, I'll tell you. Really, lots of elevation. Montero, thought there was going to be a travel called. Barrows with his second foul. Durfee with 4. And I believe the basket did count there, so. It did indeed. So the and one is good. 3-point play. Makes it 54-38. Barrows to the corner. That's Malik Good, who's back into the game. Farrington pass into Salmon underneath again. Loses the ball. New Bedford will get it. 17.9 on the clock for the third quarter. Whalers will look to take the last shot. They can cut the deficit to as much as 12. Jernigan goes up, gets his own rebound, and is fouled. Hilltoppers with a slew of fouls here in the final minutes of the third. Barrows getting tagged with his second straight foul. 5th on the Hilltoppers. Only 2 for the Whalers in the third. Jernigan misses that one. Oh for 2 on that trip, but Condi gets the rebound. Jernigan will put it back for 2. The clock was running before the ball was even inbounded. Not sure what happened there, but nonetheless, Hilltoppers lead 54-40 at the end of 3. Hilltoppers were held to just 13 points in that third quarter, their lowest offensive output on the night. The first time that the Whalers outscored Durfee in a quarter. They outscored them 14-13. So they got one back. Jernigan had a great third quarter after being silenced in the second. He now is the game's leading scorer with 19 points. Behind him, Rivera and Farrington for the Hilltoppers with 17 and 16 respectively. Durfee starts with the ball. They get it to Rivera. Thrown away. The Hilltoppers lose it. Coach Guimond not happy about that. So as we start this fourth quarter, hope that you'll stick with us on Fred TV. It's Big 3 basketball. Durfee versus New Bedford. Condi puts it home. Good for 3. And it's an 11-point game. The Hilltoppers lead it. Evan Massoud with you here at Durfee High School. This one was a 20-point game at one point. The Whalers have gotten 9 points back. Farrington misses there. They give it to Torres. Underneath, good for 2 and the foul. And just like that, it's a 9-point game. And if you can believe it, it's just Torres' first basket of the game. It's Farrington's second foul, or third foul, rather. Again, the scoreboard incorrect here. We checked with the official books. Farrington has 3. Malik Good, we initially thought had a foul earlier. He did not. It was Farrington. The and one is good. Rivera with it. Can't bank it home. Whalers wide open to the net. Diaz with 2. Hilltoppers want time. 7-point game. Boy, the complexion of this one has changed dramatically. Eight straight points for the Whalers to open this quarter up. And my apologies to the and one obviously was missed. Again, I was looking down at the book. I'm flying solo tonight, so the and one was missed by Torres. So it's 7 points to open this quarter. A 7-0 run for the Whalers. Hilltoppers need some help, and Camara turns it over. And I think they're going to call Camara on a kickball here. Durfee's 7th foul. It's the 4th for Barrows. It's actually on Barrows, number 15. Durfee's 7th puts New Bedford into bonus. Is shooting 1-1. And that is Torres at the line. So he makes the first. He'll get to shoot a second. That one no good. Montero with the rebound. Wide open is Diaz for 3. What is going on? I'll tell you. New Bedford has come to play, at least in the second half. Hilltoppers can't buy a basket right now. Salmon looking for one. He gets 2 points. Much needed. That makes it a 5-point game again. This one far from over, folks. Hilltoppers get their first points of the quarter more than 90 seconds in. Stripped. Rivera going to the basket. He'll slow up. Had a wide open lane. I'm not sure why he slowed up. Give it to Salmon. Salmon bumped. He is fouled. Fouled by Jernigan. Jernigan's 4th. Just the 3rd, though, for the Whalers this quarter. This half, rather. 6:02 to play. 56-51 the score. Salmon with double team, double coverage. Loses it. Jernigan picks it up. They get it to Montero. Whalers with it again. Diaz for 3. That one no good. Rivera wraps it up. Takes it across the court. Camara for 3 from the corner. That's no good. Barrows. Little floater. And it falls. That puts the lead back up to 7. Little bit of breathing room at least for the Hilltoppers. Can't let up though. This crowd is alive. New Bedford from one side. Torres for 3. Look who woke up, my goodness. 6 points, all coming this quarter. 14 points this quarter, according to my count, for the Whalers. Loose ball. Tipped away. Who wants it? Whalers get it. Condi going to the basket. He's fouled. Foul is on Rivera, his second. Durfee's 8th. Condi at the line. And he hits the first. Makes it a 3-point game. D'Oliveira coming in for Joe Camara. 2-point game. Durfee led by as much as 20 at one point. They led 41-26 at the half. 54-40 to start this quarter. They now lead by 2, 58 to 56 rather. D'Oliveira gets it back to Rivera. Barrows. Oh, it doesn't fall. Jernigan with the rebound. The Whalers with a chance to tie or even take the lead. Timeout, New Bedford. What an ugly fourth quarter this has started out to be for Durfee. We're almost halfway through it. They have been outscored 14-4. 14-4. Can you believe that? Whalers break the huddle. Durfee stands as one. They'll break the huddle. Ball control and discipline. Something that the Hilltoppers are lacking over the last few minutes of play. Something that Coach Guimond said is important. In fact, essential to the team's success. See what happens here. Condi to Jernigan. Condi for 3. It's going to be short. Salmon gets the rebound. It's followed closely by Torres. They give it to Rivera. Back to Salmon. Almost lost by Salmon as D'Oliveira sent it back to him. Durfee ball goes out off of Jernigan. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Under 4 minutes to play the final act here as we're halfway through the fourth quarter. Farrington wants it for 3. No good. Kicked back out. Salmon steals it back. And he's fouled in the act of shooting. He should be going to the line. And that's huge for Durfee because it's the 5th foul for Jernigan. He is fouled out with 3:49 to play. That's a big one for the Hilltoppers. Jernigan finishes the night with 19 points. Had a great game, and is to this point still your game's leading scorer as he takes a seat for the final 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Salmon misses the first free throw. He's 2 for 5 to this point. He'll try to make it a 50% night with this one here. He does nail it. So it's a 3-point game as Diaz takes it out, drives the lane. He tips it up into the hands of Farrington. Rivera wants a long 3. That's going to be short. Barrows going up the ladder. He's fouled. Trying to get the putback. This will be the first foul on Diaz tonight for the Whalers. It's the 5th. Athletic Director Victor Pereira now a little nervous, a little stir-crazy right next to us. Barrows misses the first. As they say, once a Hilltopper, always a Hilltopper. And Victor was a great hilltopper. Barrows hits the second. That's a big one. Makes it a 4-point game with 3.5 to play. 60-56, Durfee leads. Montero with the feed. Loose ball. Who wants it? Rivera comes out of the pile. Loses it, and it's fouled by Condi. First foul for Condi. It's the 6th for the Whalers. And Rivera will inbound. Barrows gets the inbound pass. Salmon now to Rivera for his 5th from outside. No good. Antone to the basket. Oh, it doesn't fall. That's a tough one there, I'll tell you. Looked like it was going in, and it just spun around the rim and skidded off. D'Oliveira, quick pass to Rivera. Salmon now in the paint. Puts it up underneath to Farrington, and one for the foul. Seventh foul now on the Whalers. This one the first on Antone. Farrington with a chance for a 3-point play. As the basket was good. This would make it a 7-point game. Farrington 2 for 3 at the line. Make it 3 for 4. 63-56. The Hilltoppers on a 5-0 run. Rivera tips it. He'll slow things down. 2.5 to play. Back to Farrington. This would be for 2. No good. Whistle is called. Third foul on Farrington, or 4th foul rather. 4th foul on Farrington, saying a push on the rebound, so it's a 1-and-1 situation. The 9th foul for Durfee puts New Bedford at the line. Durfee will be in a 1-and-1 situation as well anytime there's a foul that's not in the act of shooting. New Bedford with the 7 fouls. Torres hits the first one. He'll go for a second. Solid at the line that time. A perfect 2-for-2 trip was Torres. He is now 3 for 5 on the night at the free throw line. 5-point game. Barrows with it. Calling for it is Salmon. Salmon fakes the pass to the corner. He is stripped. Barrows gets it back and puts it in. How about that? And Barrows has 8 points now on the night. Condi falls down. It'll be Hilltoppers' ball. Barrows gives it to Rivera. Clock will continue to wind down here. Hilltoppers taking their time. D'Oliveira gets it. Get it back to Salmon, who loses it. Durfee ball. 16 on the shot clock. 1:37 to play in the game. Pass it back to Rivera. Now to Salmon. Salmon lost it. Barrows gets it back. Double dribble called on Barrows. Antone coming back in. Ashley will take a seat. So, 1:25 to play. 7-point game. Durfee leads 65-58 over New Bedford. Whalers made it a 2-point game. Barrows with the block. Whalers trailed by as much as 20 at one point. They cut it to a 2-point game. Rivera from downtown. It's no good. Farrington gets the tip back from Barros. That's no good. Barros gets the tip again. Durfee keeps it. Under a minute to play. Timeout Durfee with 46.3 seconds to play. While the teams are in the timeout, we'll take a look at the road ahead for both sides. For the Hilltoppers, they'll play Tuesday at Dartmouth, visiting former Hilltopper great Jeff Caron and the Indians. And then they'll come back home after about a week and a half off, and they'll play Brockton here at the Fieldhouse on the 29th of January as they continue Big Three play. For the Whalers, they will play Friday versus Dartmouth, and then on the 29th, they come back after a week off and play Barnstable. Both of those games are at New Bedford. So 2 tough games coming up for both sides, really. Non-league play for New Bedford, but Barnstable always tough and Dartmouth always tough. For Durfee, they'll get a rematch against Brockton in a couple weeks. And then they got to deal with the Indians before that, though. Barros gets the feed underneath. Blocked. Denied by the Whalers. That was Antone and Condi there. Condi now going to the basket. He is fouled. This will be Durfee's 10th foul. It's an automatic 2 shots no matter what now. Foul goes to D'Oliveira, his first tonight. Again, Durfee's 10th. 30 seconds to play in the game. Condi hits the first. Limited sampling from the line for Condi, all coming in this fourth quarter, but he's a perfect 4 for 4, so solid there. 65-60, and Farrington is fouled by Diaz. It'll be his second, New Bedford's 8th. Farrington will shoot 1 and 1. That's a big basket for Farrington. He'll get to shoot another one, make it a 3-possession game. It's good. 5 for 6 at the line tonight was Farrington. Condi wants a quick 3. Pulls up. It's no good off the back of the rim. And Salmon fouled now. 8. That's the 9th foul for New Bedford. The second on Torres. So Salmon now will head to the line. Shooting 1 and 1. Salmon knocks down the first, so he'll live to shoot a second. And the Whalers faithful slowly starting to make their way to the exits, seeing that their team getting a little too far behind. 9-point game, and this one now just about over. The Hilltoppers did a nice job of turning the tides a little bit. Barros fouled after the 3-point attempt and the rebound. 10th foul for the Whalers. Automatic 2 shots. Second foul for Condi. Barros going to the line for 2. 12.8 seconds to play. Barros alone at the line, surrounded by Whalers. Hilltoppers will play back. Going to be a big win for Durfee, especially given the way they almost collapsed in this one to start the fourth quarter. Really could have gotten pretty ugly after such a big lead. Again, leading by as much as 20 at one point. Barros misses them both, but it's not going to matter at this point. Antone, that's for 3. And Coach Colson wants timeout. 5 seconds to play. It's 69-63. Both teams with 10 fouls, so any fouls that are committed here will result in 2 free throws for either side. Just a quick message by Colson to the Whalers. Durfee taking a couple extra seconds. Again, Durfee showing some good grit in this one, especially after almost surrendering the lead. New Bedford cut it to a 2-point game. They cut it to 58-56, and since that time, Durfee has outscored them 11-7. And it is a 6-point game here. 2-possession game. Salmon will inbound with 5 seconds. And a foul on Rivera. Just 0.5 seconds have elapsed, so 4.5 now. The third foul on Diaz will put Rivera at the line. He has been silent here in the fourth. 17 points. He started after one quarter with 10. 17 points after 3. And now looking for his first points here in the fourth quarter. And it rolls in. 70-63. Nothing but net. So Rivera with 19. Final second. Antone puts it up. No good, and the Durfee Hilltoppers win it against New Bedford. Their first Big 3 win of the season. They improved to 6-4 overall, 1-1 in league play. New Bedford Whalers fall to 6-5, 0-2 in league play. Really entertaining ball game here tonight at the Fieldhouse. Everything you want from a Big 3 basketball game. I'd say everything minus controversy. There really wasn't any major controversy tonight, which is actually pretty nice because a lot of times we see that. But pretty clean game. The officials, John Nunes, Dan Patnod, nice job out on the court. Probably the toughest job in the world, being official. Say that often, so nice job for them as well. Final score from the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Durfee 71, New Bedford 63. For our camera crew, Brooke Teves and Brandon Arrayas. We also want to thank Victor Pereira, the athletic director at Durfee, for always giving us the best seats in the house. I'm Evan Massard. We'll see you again real soon.